Namaskar. Welcome to Kunli Consult. In my last video, I said that planets in your chart are actually delivery mechanism. What is important more than the planets are the rashis, the sign, and where each sign lies in your horoscope. I gave that as an example of why many times remedies do not work if you do remedy for the planets. Now, I also mentioned in my previous posts on Telegram and in that video that I consider Rashis more powerful than the Grahas or the planets, and more powerful than the Rashis are really the Nakshatras. The Nakshatras are really the powerhouse which deliver the solution, which deliver the experience to a native as per his horoscope. So, wherever each nakshatra is placed in your horoscope, whether there is any planet or not, it basically determines the journey of life. Now, before I try to explain that, let me once again request you, to those viewers who have not subscribed to my channel, do subscribe to my channel so that this true knowledge of astrology spreads and you continue to get my videos every time I post a video. Also, do follow me on Telegram because that is where I interact on a much regular basis. Almost every week, 2 or 3 updates on various aspects of astrology I put there, which is not possible to make a video every time. So let's talk about nakshatra. Let's basically try to understand what nakshatra does in your life. Nakshatra, or where it is placed, basically determines the journey of your life in this birth. And for the moment, I will leave aside all the planets and where they are placed in your in which nakshatra, but just concentrate on where your ascendant or your lagna is. In which nakshatra is your lagna. Now, if you look at the Rashi chart and therefore the nakshatra, there's a lord of each nakshatra. Each graha gets lordship of 3 nakshatras, including Rahu and Ketu. You can divide the 12 Rashis into 3 parts. So the first part is from Aries to Cancer. The second is from Leo, goes up to Scorpio, and the third is from Sagittarius to Pisces. Now, if you look at these 3 particular signs, these 3 particular, 12 Rashis being divided into 3, you will find that the cycle of 9 grahas or the nakshatra, 9 nakshatras in each of the 3 cycles. So there are 9 nakshatras from Aries to Cancer, there is 9 nakshatra from Leo to Scorpio, and there are 9 nakshatras from Sagittarius to Pisces. What it basically does is, in the first cycle, that is the first 4 signs of Kal Purush Kundli, it is a journey of being a human being. Ketu, you'll find that every time it is the Ketu which starts and it's Mercury which ends. So Ketu is beginning of your human journey when you start from Aries. And by the time you come to Cancer, the last nakshatra in Cancer which belongs to Mercury, which is Aslesha, you have learned to live as a proper human being. You have basically become a king in human beings. And that is why the next Rashi is Leo, which is the lion. So lion is the king of the jungle. But remember, a lion is king because everybody treats him like a king, but he lives for himself. He does not live for others. He hunts whenever he feels hungry, and that's it. So, if your ascendant falls anywhere between Aries to the Cancer sign of Ashlesa, the last Cancer sign, what it basically means is that in this lifetime, you will get a journey where you have to learn to live as a good human being. All your experiences, good or bad, will give you opportunities to become a good human being. And if you have traversed that path, in the life, you slowly proceed from one nakshatra to another nakshatra if you have mastered the energy of that particular nakshatra. So, as you move from Aries to Leo sign, you become a human being where you end becoming a king. But the context is different. You become a king of your house, you become king of your family, or basically somebody important in your family. You're still restricted to your family and your local friends. Now, once you move to the next cycle, which again starts from Ketu in Magha, you are the king, but now you have to shed the king, relearn everything, give all the tests in life slowly to become King Indra. So in Scorpio, again, the last nakshatra is owned by Mercury. It starts from Ketu again in Magha, and it ends in Mercury again in Scorpio in Jeshta. And who is the Lord of Jeshta, nakshatra Lord of Jeshta? Indra. So if your ascendant falls in between Leo and Scorpio, what essentially it means is, depending on which sign and which nakshatra it is in these three rashis, you are being given experience, given opportunity to become the king of a kingdom. So you graduate from trying to become a good person within your family, within yourself, to becoming a king for the entire society. A king ultimately rules a society, rules a kingdom. Indra rules the kingdom of Devtas. So any king on earth would rule a kingdom of so many people. So essentially, in modern context, or any context for that matter, if your ascendant is traversing through that and you're progressing through that, what it is trying to give you is the experience that you have to go through to become a king for a society, for a large section of society. And the last set, which starts from Sagittarius and ends with Pisces, is once you have become King Indra, then you start to shed your lordship over the society and you start on a spiritual journey. That is why you should do what you should do to attain moksha. Remember, the 10th house of Kalpurish Kundli is Capricorn. Capricorn is the house of karma. And what does Lord Krishna say in Gita? Do karma without expecting any result. So who can do that kind of work? One who is a yogi, one who is a spiritual person, one who is detached from his karma. So till Jeshta Nakshatra, you were doing karma, you were living your life for the society. Now, after you have done through, you have lived in the first set of rashis as for yourself and family. In the second set of rashis and nakshatra, you have evolved to become a king for the society, to lead a society. And therefore, after that, you start living to attain the ultimate, which is God. That is why the next sign after Scorpio is Sagittarius. The sign, the ninth house of your Kalpurish Kundli, which stands for Guru, which stands for God, which stands for spirituality. And you end in Revati in Pisces. Pisces is a dark sign. It is a sign of ultimate faith, where you can see nothing and you have to traverse only by your faith. Because Once you reach that stage, it is only faith and ultimate blind faith and devotion which will reach you towards God. And Revti, that is why, is a nakshatra of, is said to be nakshatra of moksha and peace. So it is nothing but what it tells you is that once your ascendant has reached there, in the last leg of that journey, you have to attain spirituality. So what happens? Depending on where your ascendant is, in this life you will get experiences where you have to deal with that. So if you are in the cycle of the first three rashis and their nakshatras, it will give you all the experiences and you move slowly from one nakshatra to another after you have gained that experience to become a human being. In the next set, you learn to manage society, you learn to manage external relationship, you learn to manage people outside your family, people who may be indirectly connected to you. And in the last set, you realize basically that once you have done all this, once you have done your work towards your people, which you have mastered in earlier lives, and towards society, which probably again you have mastered in the earlier set, you have to become detached. So if you are born in this last cycle, then all experiences in your life will be there where you will have to shun material goods, or you will have to detach material goods, and you will be tested. For example, Dhanishta Nakshatra in the last cycle, Dhanishta Nakshatra provides you opportunities to get wealth, but you will proceed to the next stage only when you detach yourself with that. When you may be earning a lot of material wealth, but you will not be attached to it mentally, then only you will proceed to that. And that will be the life's experiences if you are born in that last cycle. If you are born in Dhanishta, a stage will come in life where you will not be attached to the material wealth or those kind of things, or you will have to give it up and embrace spirituality. So effectively what I'm trying to tell you is that what your ascendant lagna, that is a lagna nakshatra, is determines what your journey would be in this life, in which of these three categories you will have to progress. And the experiences, the good fortune and the misfortune, as you may say, will come in this life to give you those experiences so that you proceed from one nakshatra to the next nakshatra to the next nakshatra. This is why nakshatra is a journey of life. And this is the most important part which a person needs to understand from really the essence of astrology. I hope you like my video and you understand what I am trying to tell you. Once again, do subscribe to my channel and do share my videos amongst your friends and relatives to spread the true knowledge of astrology. Thank you. Namaskar.